una injerencia en los asuntos internos de Estado soberano.
Мы не должны позволить одной стране.
We are presently in the throes of a great transition in humankind's affairs. Modern technology is altering our world in ways that would have been impossible to fathom when the United Nations Charter.
In the world of translation and interpreting, the code of ethics represents the set of ethical and professional principles that govern the behavior of translators and interpreters. Their role is not only linguistic, but also cultural and human. They must ensure fidelity to the message, confidentiality, neutrality, and professional competence. One of the most fundamental aspects is the respect for confidentiality. These professionals often handle sensitive legal, medical, or diplomatic information. Equally important is neutrality, the ability not to take sides or become emotionally or politically involved in the content they are translating. But what happens when the code comes into conflict with one's conscience? This is precisely the core of the film The Interpreter, starring Nicole Kidman as Sylvia Broom, a United Nations interpreter. One day she accidentally overhears a death threat in an African language and becomes involved in a very delicate diplomatic situation. Analyzing the codes of ethics from FIT, International Federation of Translators, and AIC, International Association of Conference Interpreters, we see that Sylvia complies with many principles. She is competent, accurate, discreet, and faithful to the words she interprets. However, from an ethical perspective, the situation becomes more complicated. Sylvia questions her neutrality. She has a personal connection to the country involved and tries to prevent the assassination of a president. In a way, she interferes with events, acting beyond her professional role. Her choice represents a true moral dilemma. On one hand, she has a duty to maintain confidentiality and neutrality. On the other, she feels compelled to act in order to save lives. In conclusion, Sylvia Broom adheres to the code of ethics from a technical standpoint, but surpasses, or rather sets it aside, on a human level in the name of a higher value, justice and life. The film shows us that the interpreter is not just a neutral voice, but a real person with emotions, fears, and ideals. And when rules clash with conscience, there are not always easy answers.